Hello, good evening. Welcome to today's episode of this 3-day tutorial, and of course, the last day of all the days. And of course, the last day. I welcome you and I thank you for staying with us all this while. So, we are live now, so please kindly come online. And if you are here with me, please raise up your hand by dropping your favorite emoji. So, so please come online. Uh, we don't have much to do tonight than to show ourselves some simple methods to color correct your pictures and also do color grading. That is what we're about to do today. So, if you have joined us, thank you for joining this class today. So we edited these pictures yesterday, this one and this one, and the pictures are already looking good. You can see the rich red color tone, that's brown skin, really coming out and is good like that. But we can also do a little more tricks on the picture with few of the tools available to us on Photoshop, and that is what we want to do today, so that uh, a lot of photographers will advertise lots. I will also advertise lots later, but right now I'm not advertising lots. So, but all the things you can do with lots, you can actually make them yourself. You can have your own custom made. The tools to make lots are already available to you on your Photoshop. The only thing lots does for you is to make your work quicker. You do the color grading quickly rather than trying several tricks with the slides and stuff like that. But tonight, let's start by number one, improving the color of the gele of this particular um, portrait. And by doing that, this is the first thing I will do. We'll go to hue and saturation. So we'll launch our hue and saturation, and once launched, uh, we will then make some few tricks. So to start with editing on or color grading with hue and saturation, you see this hand here. Yeah, is a powerful tool to help you select the color you want to adjust. So it gives you the precise color selection. So by clicking it, so let's click on this blue and make it richer than it is presently. So you can just click on the blue and then you drag. You can see how rich the blue color has become. You can see that. So if the saturation is too much for you, you can reduce the saturation, or you can change the color entirely by using this hue slider. You can see it. So you can change the color outrightly from what the color is presently to another color just by selecting the appropriate color. So you can easily change the color, and all the color that will be affected are going to be that blue alone. It's not going to affect any other color. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm not going to change any color here. And again, so you can improve the green as well. You can select the green as well and slide to improve the green color as well. But this picture is tricky. Red and yellow are present in the skin tone. red and yellow. So if we try to change our red color now, it will instantly affect our, excuse me, it will instantly affect our image. So we are not going to do that outrightly here, but we are still going to do it. And if you select yellow as well, you can see what becomes of the picture. So yellow and red will directly affect the picture, or will directly affect the skin tone. So what we are going to do now is to create a layer mask. So that whatever we apply to the gele will not be applied to the skin texture or to the skin tone. So we're going to create a layer mask while selecting the layer mask here. So just go to your selection tool, pick the quick selection tool, and then quickly select the skin. Quickly select the skin. Quickly select the skin like that, and then you can just perfect the selection by selecting any of the lasso tools. Quickly perfect the selection. Excuse me. Quickly perfect the selection. So once the selection is perfect, sorry. So once your selection is perfect like this, so excuse me. Okay, so once your selection is perfect like that, so just um sorry, right click, okay, and remove this one as well. The high was previously selected, so now you have the selection now, so you can now invert this here by pressing Ctrl I. So you can see now we are now hiding the skin texture. So whatever we do to the whatever we do to the whatever we do to the gele now, to the hair tie now, will not affect the skin texture any longer. So let's pick our hand here again, and then let's adjust the red and see. You can see no matter how much you adjust the red now, it's not going to affect the it's not going to affect the skin texture or the skin tone anymore. So because we have hidden it in a layer mask. So we are done with the gele. I think this is popping already. So let's move on to the skin texture. So create another hue and saturation layer, and then duplicate, copy this layer mask that we created, copy it and drop it on the new hue and saturation. You can see the place layer mask. Click yes, and then click on it, and then press Ctrl I to invert it. So now whatever we are adjusting now, we affect only the skin color tone. So let's click on it, and then let's pick our hand again and see what we be able to do. So assuming I'm trying to create a melanin color, if I'm creating a melanin color, that means that I will reduce the red color from the picture. I will remove the red color. So as you can see that I'm picking now is removing the red color. You can see on the slider there, it picks reds. So you can see if I take it to zero, absolute zero, you can see what it becomes. So, but we are not going to do that. So assuming that I want to create a melanic color skin tone, so that is one. Then uh, clicking the using the high hand color as well, I can also drag the yellow down a bit. You can see, so it's still selecting red, but you can see our before and what we have now as our after. You can see the before and the after. So That is number one option that you can use. Now you can go to any of the colors here as well and then select them. So basically red, yellow affect the skin tone much. So let's try and see what we can do with yellows as well. So if we reduce the yellow as well, you can see the face that is looking yellowish a little bit before. We've been able to remove the yellow from it now by reducing the slider on yellow as well. So if you like, you can try to tweak with the color slider, the hue slider here as well, to see, you can see what it becomes. So but it is better you leave it at 0 because you are not trying to change the color. You are only reducing the color so that it can become dark skin picture. So you can see what we've been able to do with that, even without using any lot at all. So you can take it further. You can take it further. This one you can duplicate it. You can duplicate it and make it. You can see. You can use multiply. You can use multiply. You can use soft light. You can use add light, depending on what you are trying to do. So if it is too much for you, let's put it in add light for now. At least you can see that the add light helps us to increase the sharpness of the picture. But you can see, so but that is too strong. So you can just take out the opacity to about 50 and see. So you can see from where we started, that is our before, and now we have this. So you don't really need lots. You don't really need lots to collaborate your pictures. You only need to know the things you need to, you can trick, the things you can adjust on your Photoshop to do all these tricks. So that is just it. So that is um, step one that you can use to collaborate your picture. And you can use a combination of different ones as well. So let's put all these ones in a folder and then make it invisible, so that we'll start again and try with another one, which is selective color. With selective color you can do something similar as well. So but let's try to import our layer mask here to this one as well, so that we don't have to create another layer mask. So this one now I've already selected the gele. So let's click on the selective color and then you can now begin to adjust each of the colors individually. So let's adjust the red. So if you want to make the red richer, you draw it towards minus, and if you want to remove red, you draw it towards plus. So that is it. So you can adjust it as much as you like. So you can adjust as much as you like. You can do a lot of other tricks. You see that, so you can see that you are changing the color. So where you want to, so you can use it to as well change the color to whatever you like. So and you can use it to improve the color as well. You can click the blue. You can see what it changes to. So from blue to purple to almost dark blue and stuff like that. So you can increase the black to increase the contrast, or reduce the black to reduce the contrast. So a lot of things like that you can do. You can do a lot like that. So now let's duplicate it again and then move to our skin texture. So we are going to invert this layer so that we select our skin tone. So by selecting our skin tone now, yeah, like I told you the other time, red and yellow affects the skin tone the most. So let's go to our red slider and see. So let's reset it first because it imports the previous settings when we duplicated it. So let's reset it. So we have resetted it now. We've reset it. So then we can now adjust you can see by drawing the cyan towards minus, you can see the picture is becoming reddish. So, and if we draw it towards plus, you can see that we are removing almost all the red in the picture. So, and when you are using these sliders, you are not going to be overboard with it. So just a few clicks, just a few minus or a few plus should actually give you the results you are trying to achieve. So you can see by adjusting the magenta, you can see what it's looking like now. You can see the difference. So let me try to see if we can achieve the same melanin skin from the other one. So let's reduce the red color, and then we increase the black so as to increase our contrast, and the yellow we reduce it a bit as well. Then we go to yellow sliders as well, and then you can see we remove the red a little bit more, and then coming to yellow, you can see by the time you are increasing yellow here, it's increasing the yellow. So we take the slider the opposite way to reduce the yellow on the slider here. And what about the magenta? So we try to see that, and then the black, you can increase the black as well. So you can see from our before, you can now see the after, before and after. And let's see if you combine it with the previous one that we have, you can see what it becomes. You can see absolute melanin skin. You can see, so you can use a combination of the two, and if it is too strong for you, you can put these ones also in a folder, and then you can reduce the slider for each. If it is too strong for you, you can reduce the opacity. You can reduce the opacity just to make it blend. So, and you can see. So let's check our before. You see our before, and now our after. Before and then after. So that is how to color grade even without using any lot at all. That's how you do it. And let's put all this off as well. We can as well use our curve to do color grading as well. You can use our curve. This is RGB, so you can use the red, green, and blue nature as feature to color grade your picture. Let's see if I want to take the red down a bit. You can see I'm taking towards green now. So I will adjust that. Let's go to blue, and let me take up the blue a bit. So you can see that it has already changed the color. Let's see if you had green, you can see by dropping the green as well, you are moving towards that purplish color. And if you raise it up, you can see what you have. So all these tricks, you can use it to do color grading when it comes, or color correction, color grading, color correction, either of the way. You have all the sliders there, all the tools here in Photoshop to do all these things. So if you put all the three together, what do you have? So you can see the result we have if you put all the three together. So depending on what you are trying to achieve will depend on which of the tools you will employ at a certain time. So, but I assure you, every one of them can give you the perfect result that you are looking for. Every one of them has the ability to give you the perfect picture. So if I want to select the background as well so that I can make it absolute white, so let me create a new selection for that, and then let me select only the background. Quick selection to, okay, sorry, I have to do it from here. No, that's not what I want you to do. Let me make this layer visible first, and then have my quick selection tool. Let me quickly run that. So once I select that, so I can go back to the layer above here, and I can easily create this hue and saturation or curve layer. Let me use this curve layer. So that's already created the background photo. So I can pull up the white, so it gives me perfect white background. So you can see we have colors casted on the background before, but with this now we've been able to remove all the color cast. Everything is now pure white. And just to be sure that you are having pure white, I can create this hue and saturation, then mask it here, then click on this one and then draw out the saturation to 0. So whatever color cast we have on the background should become absolute white like that. So that is another way to do that. It's very easy. It's very easy. It's very easy to do. You just need to know the tricks to getting the perfect result that you want. It's very easy. So you can see, just using all these tools available to you on Photoshop, you already can do whatever color grading you want to do. Whatever color grading you want to do. You really don't need lots. You only need to master your Photoshop. But fine, to quicken your work, to make your work easier, to make it faster, you can have a lot of lots and you can group them into different groups so that it's easier for you to locate and to use whenever you want to use it. You can see this one takes us about probably 5 or 7 minutes now to color grade this particular image. But if I have a single um, lot to upload, so I can just drop it there and then um, it does the magic. So that is it. So let me put all this one off. Let me put them off. Let me put them in all in, in one group and then put it off so that we'll go back to our previous um, level. So, and here if I want to use any of my lots, I can come here. I have some lots that I've saved as my preset, and I can come to, so if I want to use Melanie, so I can click on this Melanie skin tone and you can see the Melanie that it gives me. So I have other ones that I can use as well. So you can see it's different from the one we created. So these are different shades of Melanie that I've created and I've saved on my system here. So you can see these are middle tone layers. So a lot of other ones like that. So depends on what you are trying to get. And if I don't want it to affect my gele or any other color, like I told you the other time, you can easily create a layer mask. So just select your selection tool, select the image, select the skin tone, and then here invert it. Just click Ctrl I. So and then once that, you select it and then invert it again, Ctrl I. So the you can see it's affecting only the skin tone now. It's applied only to the skin tone. So that is what you all you need to do your color grading. That's all you need to do to do your color grading. So and the color cast on the background, you can easily remove that the way I did it the other time. So just select the background, invert it, and then use layer to blown it up into pure white, and then use the hue and saturation, draw down the saturation level down to 0, and you have pure white background. So that is about color grading this particular image. So for whatever type of image you want to do at all, this is the same process you need to employ. These are the same tools you can use to trick your pictures. So let's check again. We did this with importing one of my lots, and we created this look, created these 3 different looks. So if we remove this, and if we remove this as well, and if we remove this, so you can see the difference in the picture. So applying this again, you see what we have. Applying this again, you see, and if you apply this, you can see, and if you apply this as well. So those are the things you can do, you doing to color grade your image. So you can actually use the trick to do whatever look. You know, the essence of color grading uh, is to change the mood of the picture, is to create a mood different from the original mood. That's the essence of color grading. You are trying to change the mood from the previous thing that you have to a new mood. So that is from the rich red color tone that we have before. You can see we've been able to change the color entirely to almost black. And if all these are too strong for you, or you still want to desaturate it further, you can add here and saturation again. Then just drop down the slider. You can see the black and white. You can see how rich the black and white is. You can see that. And you can do a lot of other tricks as well. You can reduce the black, you see, or increase the black. So you see it gives you different moves. Let's go to the red and reduce the, you can see, reduce the black. You can see we have very cool black and white image. So it's very simple. Or you can use this as well, this black and white. Simply click on it and it automatically converts your picture to black and white. So you can try with the sliders to create a different view. From it you can try different views, different things with the slider to create a different view from what the um, black and white does automatically. So you can do that. You can see this is what we have before, and then this is what you have now. So you can see the difference. So there are a lot of things you can do with Photoshop, and it will give you the originality of your own style rather than copying someone's style and applying it to your image. So this will give you the originality. It will give you the your own style. It will make you unique, that this is you, not you trying to copy someone else, because our heart is different from each other. Your heart is different from my own heart. So, and that is it. So once the only thing you need to do is sit down with your Photoshop, try a few things, and you will be there. You get whatever you want to achieve. That is just it. Get whatever you want to achieve. So having done with this picture, let's try to improve this other picture as well. Let's see what we can do with this picture as well. So the difference on this picture is that we have the background layer different from the entire picture, unlike the other one that we have the background layer and the picture on the same layer. So we created a different background for this one. So what if we want to adjust the background to suit the picture more without affecting the picture? So everything you have to create will be over the background layer, and it will not affect the image layer. So let's check. Let's first go to our hue and saturation and see if we can make the color look more even, with even though it's looking more even now, or probably we can make it look more even with the picture. So let's let this and see what we can do with that. So you can see we are selecting the cyan and it's taking it to black and white. So, and if we increase it a little bit, you can see what we are having. So, and we can change the color outrightly by changing our hue and saturation, but that's not the goal for this picture. So we keep it at 0. We keep it at 0. Keep it at 0. And then this is too much, so I'll drag this down back a bit. So the picture is almost all cool already. So, and then overall we can do some tricks with our curve by just increasing the brighten it up a little bit, just a little bit. You can brighten it up a little bit, and then let's go back to our green and See, you can see by reducing the green, you see what we are having, and if you increase the green, you see what we are having. So we are not going to touch the green at all. Let's see if we touch the red and see what we have. So you can see with the red, it's blending the background and the image color almost all together. You can see the green now falling on the skin. So by adjusting the red, or if you take it up, the background is now changing from the color that we have before to reddish color now, and which is not good for us. So this we might just adjust a little bit, just a little bit, but I don't think we need it. We really don't need it. So that's how you try a lot of things with. And if we like to change the color, let's create another hue and saturation layer. Let's pick our hand and then click on the clothes color. So once we pick that, you can see it's affecting the background as well. So if you don't want it to affect the background, just drop it down and clip it to the image, or create a layer mask, but it's easier for you to create a layer mask. Just copy the layer mask if it's created already, but if not, just copy it and drop it on the layer. So the image will be selected, and then you can now click the hand, and then you can see it's affecting only the clothes now. So you can see, so we can now click on our hue slider to change the color to whatever we want to change it to. So that makes it easy for you to change the color of the clothes from whatever it is before to a new color. So, and just need to play around with the saturation and probably the brightness if needed, and that is all. So you can do that few tricks, and but you can see now that it's different from our background. So you can come back to our background and change the background also to make the background also bluish in nature. So stay within the blue and then increase the slider a little bit, and that is just it. So that's the few things you need to do when you want to do color correction, or you want to color grade your picture. Some are more complex than this, and some are as very simple as this one. So you don't have to do a lot to get your pictures color graded. You just need to do all these little things, and that will be all for this class. And to all that have joined, I hope that you all really enjoyed having been in this class, and I believe that you have learned one or two things, or probably you have improved on the things you learned before. So I want to thank you for staying with me for these 3 days, and as well to plead for your subscription. Please, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe to this channel, and make sure that you put on your notification button so that you can always get notified each time we post new videos. So this is going to be on a regular basis by God's grace. As from next week, I'll make sure that I pick a day that I will post a new video regularly. So probably it's going to be Mondays, Tuesdays, or I've not really determined that, but at least by God's grace, once in a week now, I'm going to go live, do some probably studio shots, or explain something more about the things I have known or that I have learned and stuff like that. And I believe they're going to be worth it for my viewers. So thank you, and may you remain blessed. Bye bye.